It all started in the town of Canaan, where Jacob, now called Israel, and his 12 sons lived. Joseph was the most preferred son because he was the son of Rachel, the woman Jacob truly loved. Because of this and the way he would talk about his dreams, Joseph's brothers were envious of him. One day, Jacob gave Joseph a long, colorful coat, which the brothers interpreted as another sign of Jacob's favoritism. The brothers had enough of their father's favoritism and plotted to kill Joseph and throw him down a well. But one of the brothers, named Reuben, stopped them. Instead, they threw him into a cistern. Reuben originally planned to rescue Joseph, but Judah, one of his brothers, convinced the other brothers to sell Joseph as a slave to passing merchants who were on their way to Egypt.
Joseph was sold as a slave, but he ended up as the manager of an Egyptian courtier's entire household and property. However, not everything went well for Joseph. Potiphar, his master, had a wife. Potiphar's wife tried to seduce him. Joseph refused her advances and was imprisoned after Potiphar's wife has falsely accused him of taking advantage of her. Potiphar was furious and locked him up. In the dungeon, Joseph overheard two prisoners talking to each other. One prisoner was a servant to the Pharaoh, and the other was a baker.
I had the strangest dream yesterday night. I wish I could make sense of it.
Maybe I can help. I can help you understand your dreams.
The boy, how are you going to understand my dream?
I do not interpret them. My God helps me. I will try to tell you what they mean. My God surely has a message for you.
So the servant described his dream to Joseph. He listened to him carefully and told the servant that his dream meant he would be released from prison in 3 days and he would be taken back by the Pharaoh as his servant. Joseph asked the servant to remember him when he meets the Pharaoh and asked that he be released. 3 days later, the servant was released just like Joseph has predicted. But when he returned to the Pharaoh, he forgot all about Joseph, and because of this, Joseph remained in prison for 2 long years.
The Pharaoh had a strange dream and could not sleep. The next morning, he called all his wise men, ministers, and counselors and described his dream to them. Nobody had an answer to what it could mean. When the servant who was in jail with Joseph heard about this, he suddenly remembered about Joseph. He ran to the Pharaoh and told him about the prisoner who could interpret dreams. The Pharaoh immediately summoned Joseph.
So, my servant says that you can interpret dreams. He tells me you are extremely gifted.
I am not capable of such things, Your Majesty. My God works through me. He can give me the meaning of your dreams. Describe your dream to me.
Very well. In my dream, I saw 7 fat cows eating grass in a field. Then 7 thin ugly cows rose from the river Nile and swallowed the 7 fat cows. What does this mean?
Listened to the Pharaoh and then closed his eyes for some time. He walked across the room and came back to the Pharaoh.
My lord, this dream you just described is very symbolic. It is a message from God. God is telling you a great famine is coming. It will last for 7 years. There will be no food to grow, no rains. A lot of people will starve and die.
What? That is such terrible news. We are all doomed.
Wait, my lord. I am not finished yet. This dream came to you as a warning from God to prepare for the famine. There will be 7 years of harvest to prepare for the famine. So, you can store up on food grains and livestock and other supplies during this period. You must make the most of this chance to produce excess food so that you can store it for later.
Right. Thank God I found you. This is great news. We will be prepared for the famine. We will produce plenty of food and build up storages for the difficult times. Thank you, Joseph. You are the wisest man in the kingdom. I am appointing you in charge of overseeing this work.
Your Majesty, the honor is truly mine. These are not my powers. God speaks through me. I am simply conveying his message to you.
Jacob and his sons were struck by the famine as well. Their crops had all failed, and their sheep had died one by one until nothing was left. They had heard of the Egyptian Pharaoh who was selling food grains to people outside of Egypt. So, Jacob sent his 10 sons to Egypt to get food for the family. Benjamin, the youngest son, stayed back with Jacob. When the brothers reached the palace of the Pharaoh, where the food grains were being distributed, they saw a royally dressed man sitting on a high chair and supervising the distribution of the food. They approached him, and it was actually Joseph, but they did not recognize him since it had been 10 years since they had seen him. And he kept quiet. His brothers greeted him and then bowed down before him, just like in the dream he had when he was a boy.
Where have you come from?
We are from a faraway land called Canaan. The famine has struck us badly. We are a family of 12, and we have come to buy some food grains. Our father is waiting for us at home.
I do not believe you. You look like spies. Are you here to bring harm to our people?
No, my lord, we are not spies. We are just hungry travelers in search of food. Please give us some food grains, and we will be on our way home to our father. Please help us.
I still do not believe you. You are spies! Guards, lock them up in the dungeon. Wait! Please don't, my lord. We have a younger brother we need to take care of. It would be terrible if he would starve because of us. Please, don't lock us up, my lord. Okay. Get up. I will sell you my grains, but you must bring your youngest brother and your father next time you come.
Thank you, my lord. We will do that.
The next time, Jacob and Benjamin went with the other brothers to Egypt to meet the Pharaoh. Joseph was overjoyed to see his father and his brother. After some time, Jacob revealed himself to them.
Brothers, I am the one you sold off to the Egyptians.
Oh, my brother, it's really you. What have I done?
Do not fear me. I hold no anger against you. Because of you, I was able to meet great people and be of service to these people. I was able to help feed them in the time of starvation. I have earned their love and respect, all because of you. I want all of you to come here in Egypt and live with me.
Jacob could not believe that his darling son was alive after all these years. He ran to him and hugged him, while his brothers bowed down to him, just as he had dreamt many, many years ago.